Hey there, y'all, and welcome to my home. We are in my kitchen making up 4th of July treats. They are going to be so easy. I love to bake from scratch, try new recipes, but there are times you just want it to be quick, easy, but festive. So that's what we're doing today. I'm going to share a couple of recipes I enjoy making here, and hopefully you can enjoy it for your upcoming 4th of July celebration as well. We're going to start here with this delicious red, white, and blue fruit pizza, and I'm going to make my version gluten-free, dairy-free, egg-free. You can use the ingredients that fit your dietary needs better. You can obviously make this with regular sugar cookie dough. You can make it homemade, but we're all about easy. So we're using these Sweet Lauren cookies. They are place and bake cookies, and you're just going to put them in a dish that's been sprayed and then press them out flat. This is going to be the crust for your cookie pizza. Once you have your cookie dough pressed into the bottom of your pan, then we're going to bake it according to the instructions on the package for the longest specified time frame. So mine said 13 to 15 minutes, so I did 15 minutes. While our cookie dough crust is baking, we are going to go ahead and wash those strawberries and blueberries, prep them, and get them ready for when the cookie dough crust has come out and cooled, so we have everything ready to assemble. When your cookie comes out of the oven, you'll see it is puffed up in the middle. We're going to gently take the back of a spoon and tap that down, taking the air out of it and creating that little concave center. I like to press my cookie dough out so that it has a rim around the outside edge like a pizza crust. For the sweet cookie topping, we are going to use this non-dairy vegan cream cheese substitute. And I have eaten this on bagels and crackers, other recipes, but I've never whipped it and creamed it like this with the butter and powdered sugar. It turned out a little runnier than the consistency you would have with a regular cream cheese. But again, this suits my dietary needs. So that's what we're using, and you just learn to go with it. If you have another suggestion for a cream cheese alternative, definitely let me know down in the comments. So you're going to add the 8 ounces of cream cheese to 3 tablespoons of a plant-based non-dairy butter. Cream that until it's soft and fluffy, and then add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. I used McCormick's pure vanilla extract. It is gluten-free according to their website. And then you just add powdered sugar in there. Calls for 1.25 cups of powdered sugar, but I ended up, because that cream cheese alternative was so thin, I ended up putting more like 2 cups of sugar. It was a little bit sweeter, but it did thicken it up some and tasted great. It tasted really good. So just keep mixing in that powdered sugar into your cream cheese and butter, scraping down the sides occasionally, and then once it is all incorporated, I put it in another dish and put it in the refrigerator so that it stays nice and cold while my cookie crust completely cools. You want to make sure the cookie crust is completely cool before you start assembling it. So assembling your red, white, and blue fruit pizza is so simple. It's just like any other pizza. You layer on your sauce, which is our cream cheese mixture, and then you can add the fruit of your choice. But for 4th of July, we're using strawberries and blueberries. Make any pattern or design you want. If you made this in a rectangular dish, you could make an American flag with the blueberries and then the strawberries being your stripes. Let your imagination run wild. I did not need a very large serving portion of this. I'm just used here my little pie shell, and then I'm just going to make a really pretty circular design around the cookie dough crust. I wanted to mention again that you can make this recipe with regular ingredients like regular Philadelphia cream cheese and cookie dough and, regular butter. You don't have to use the alternatives I did, but there are a lot of us with restrictions on what we can have, and so I wanted to share something new. You can make all of the separate components of this dessert ahead of time, but wait to assemble it until right before you're ready to serve it. So right before dinner or right before you head to your 4th of July barbecue. And make sure it stays refrigerated because you do have that cream cheese alternative in there. This red, white, and blue fruit pizza was so pretty and so delicious. I don't think anybody would know it was gluten, dairy, and egg-free. Our second super easy 4th of July dessert recipe is going to be a red, white, and blue marble bundt cake. And we are going to start by using this gluten-free funfetti cake. I will be cheating a little bit with the eggs in here. I have found egg alternatives in applesauce just don't work. So we're going to have some eggs in the cake mix. Use whichever mix you prefer. You make it from scratch, but again, super easy. But I want those little funfetti sprinkles out of the mix. So I just sift those out, and I don't run the grinder because that would grind them up into the mix. I just sift them out. Mix it according to the package directions. Once that's all done, then portion out into 2 dishes a 1/4 of the cake batter, leaving half of the cake batter in your original bowl. And then to one bowl, you are going to add red food coloring. To the other, you will add blue. You want to make sure that your color is very dark and very saturated because once it is baked, it will lighten considerably. So overdo it in your raw batter here so that it is truly red and blue when you bake it. Once you have all the coloring in your cake batter, then you're going to start by putting the red and the blue on the bottom of a Bundt cake pan that has been sprayed. Then put a layer of your white cake batter on top of that, being careful not to mix and swirl the colors. And then your next layer will be more red and blue cake batter, but alternate it from where you put it on the first bottom layer so that you don't have red on red. It's alternated around in the pan, and then top it with your remaining white cake batter. You could run a knife through it at this point. I did not want to run the risk of making it turn purple if I over swirled it. I gave it a few taps on my countertop to level it off, and then I baked it according to the package instructions. Test your cake and then make sure it's done. Pull it from the oven, let it sit for a few minutes and cool, and then turn it upside down on a baking rack to finish cooling. I normally would leave my Bundt cake pan over the cake while it cooled, but I felt the entire cake release from the mold, so I went ahead and pulled it off, and it held up and stayed together. And look how pretty that is. I just love the red, white, and blue. Now here is another shortcut that will make this super easy. I am using this keto-friendly, gluten-free canned icing. You can obviously make your own icing. That would be so delicious, but it's easy desserts. Make sure you get all of the foil off of your can or transfer your icing into a microwave safe dish. Heat it at 10-second increments until it is the consistency you want. I wanted it a little thicker so that it would look more like a nothing Bundt cake icing without having to pop it on there. You can make it thinner so it was more of a glaze, but then I just kind of spin it around. You don't need a turntable. You can just spin the plate as well, and then drizzle the icing over top of the Bundt cake. Then we are going to use these sprinkles I picked up at Walmart, and we're going to use almost every sprinkle in this little can. The more, the better. Explosion of red, white, and blue on the top of this cake. You could stop right here, but I'm extra and picked up these little cupcake picks from Hobby Lobby. They were half price, so $1 for the whole pack. Just equal increments around the Bundt cake. I'm going to put the flags into the top of the cake. This would be so cute too, like if you wanted to add sparklers or something like that when you serve it at your get-together or backyard barbecue this 4th of July. But super festive, super fun, and just wait the excitement of cutting the Bundt cake and seeing that marbled effect on the inside. It is so pretty. It is an unexpected surprise. Tasted delicious, was super easy, but looks like you spent a lot of time and effort making it. And because I wanted to have a healthy alternative, plus use up the rest of my blueberries, we are going to make some fruit skewers now. In addition to the watermelon, you will need a star cookie cutter as well as blueberries, and then I decided to add some marshmallows as well. You could layer strawberries on the fruit skewer also. The imagination, let it run wild. You're going to roughly cut the watermelon slices to the depth of the cookie cutter. And then gently press down the cookie cutter into the watermelon and then carefully pop out the shape, being extra gentle with the corners so you don't snap any off. And we do not like food waste here at my house, so all the little scraps and extra watermelon will go into a bowl to serve and eat on as well. Just cut out however many shapes you need. One watermelon is going to get you a lot of stars to top off your skewers. You can pick up these small wood kebab skewers at your local grocery store, Walmart, and using the sharp pointed end, you're just going to thread the blueberries down onto the stick. I put 5 of them on there and then topped it with a star. And then you will see I also, like I mentioned, Did some that had alternating blueberries with mini marshmallows. I liked the contrast of the blue and the white. Again, use your imagination and be creative. These are so pretty on a platter. You could arrange them in a circle and you could just display them as so cutely as well. It cannot get much easier than this, right? This was so simple, yet look how pretty and fun these are. Very creative way to serve fruit at your upcoming 4th of July barbecue or get together. Thank you all so much for joining me today for this 4th of July super easy desserts and treats. I hope that you found something that you're going to make. Drop me a comment below. Let me know. I love to hear from you guys, and I also appreciate it when you hit that thumbs up. That just lets me know that you enjoyed the video, even if you don't want to leave a comment. I understand. I have a lot of silent watchers, and I love you all. I adore you all. If you haven't already, I invite you to hit that subscribe bar, ring your notification bell, and come back for future videos. I would love for you to join the Uniquely Lesa family. I hope you all have a wonderful 4th of July celebration, and until I see you in that next video, I hope you have the most wonderful and blessed day, and I look forward to seeing you on here again real soon.